everybody. Good morning or good afternoon or good evening, depending on what time it is for you where you are. Turn that camera off for the moment until somebody wanders over there. Let's get some sound in and going. Hello, hi, sorry I'm late. I want to thank Octopixie for the 46-month resub. Very much appreciated. It's a little dark in here, but I've done that on purpose. I'm not really wanting a bright light today. Maybe a different day. Yeah, mood lighting, exactly. Void stuff. I have been doing Shadow Priest keys, so it fits, it tracks, it makes sense, it sounds good. Hi, Lucy. Lucy, honey, do you want to sleep in the bed? It's available. If you want to claim it, it's up to you. Couple things on the agenda today. Oh, there we go. Although I will say that if I have more stream lighting, then it would be easier to see. Maybe if we do that side, not this side. Yeah, there we go. How's that, honey? Is that okay? Good boy. Good boy. Hello, Mr. Moose. He's such a good puppy. He's a very, very, very nice dog. Keep up the good work. Thumbs up. Okay, today a couple things on the agenda. One of them was I've been really slacking on Bronze Celebration tokens, and lucky for me, they recently buffed them, so I didn't miss on that many of them because I mainly slacked before they got buffed. So I want to make an effort this week, or I want to try and make an effort this week, to do more of the Khazalgar weeklies, because that seems to be where the majority of them come from. I'm not going to do the PvP ones because I don't want to, but the rest of it I'd like to do at least a little bit of, and then also maybe some of the rep stuff while I have an anniversary buff would be nice. I also hear, maybe before we even do that, I hear that they got a preview of 1107 posted, like a video. So maybe it might be nice to have a little movie time. that might be kind of comfy. Kit Katsu, thank you for the 38-month resub. Very easily get to 100 today with just doing normal stuff. Nice. Yeah, I've already done Theater Troupe, but I think the rest of my weeklies are still up for grabs. So that's definitely something. Kapow, thank you very much for the tip.
I'd like to contribute a little bit for Queen Kira.
Thank you very much. You guys definitely don't. I don't want to. You don't have to. It's not really gonna change our outcome here. But I do appreciate it all. We're gonna do lots of nice things for her. I've also been slacking. Glad you're doing them so I can play along. WoW had posted, and I will just drop the link in case you wanted to have it in like a browser tab or something. They have a list of how many tokens you get and what different things you get them from. So that's kind of my plan, is just to work down. Oh, I flipped my mouse. Work down that list from that article there. But should we do some... Let's do movie time. Movie time. They posted a thing. I'm going to pull it up and I'm going to mess around with my sound knobs until it comes through. Oh, hang on. There's all kinds of announcements. Oh boy. Oh boy. Let's see. There's a lot of stuff going on. Not even going to worry about the Shake Shack thing. Plunderstorm apparently is going to come back next year with new stuff. Early 2025. Return to Pillage the Arathi Highlands again, so same event. New loot, including new and returning transmogs and mounts, so that's something. I liked Plunderstorm once I got used to it, so that'll be fun. 1107 content revealed and launches. Should we watch the video or should we just read the notes? Let's read the notes first and then we'll watch the video and then maybe we'll know what's going on. So this is all pretty recently posted. This will go into the PTR tomorrow, which is also Halloween. Boo. Morning, Hazel. No new map. I was hoping for a new map. Hazel, how have you been? It's been a while since I've been around. Thanks to watching in 2018. Took up drinking tea and have been ever since. Oh, it's lovely. I'm okay. You've caught me at a bit of a tough time in my life, but generally, in the cosmic sense of things are good. War Within content update will be available on the PTR. Set your sights in the Siren Isle and sail into a world of mystery and mayhem. Sail onto the player test realm and provide your feedback on the official forums. So, the Siren Isle. Face old enemies and unravel new mysteries. There's a new currency, Flame Blessed Iron, that you can trade for items like mounts, pets, gear, and transmogs. Oh, as well as upgrade for a powerful new ring. Circe's Circlet can be found by players. This makes me think of the Forbidden Reach, and I didn't like that ring, but let's not judge it too early. Flame Blessed Iron is also used to spawn one of 3 event bosses on the island. Why are you making me use the thing that I wanted to spend on mounts and stuff to spawn a boss? I'm just gonna want someone else to do it. Giving players an additional opportunity to earn unique rewards. Add some spark to your adventure when you collect items across the Siren Isle to help release Thrayer, Eyes of the Siren, an electrifying Stormcrow mount from its bonds. Cool. Sounds like a mount with a bit of doing. Kitty cat, you want to come sit? Lost track of the fact that most of North America, we change really soon. We're changing soon for sure, which is good because it is dark in the morning right now. A ring on an island? We've never seen that before. Kind of weird. Better now, though. Thank you. Looking lovely. Oh, thank you. I feel like hell. The Stormcrow from BFA. I bet you they show it in the video. We'll see. We already have too many different currencies. It's not a brand new thought, but my take on it is always that I would rather them give me more currencies to spend than either put rewards completely up to RNG and make me suffer, or stick more stuff in my bags. Of those 3 options for rewards, I think that currencies are the least of the 3 evils, is my opinion. Delve into the aftermath of Dalaran's fall in an epilogue questline. Sure. Continue the story of the War Within. Explore time-walking dungeons from past expansions each week to earn heroic rewards. Oh, Turbulent Timeways return. Oh, nice. They're doing another one of those. So, yeah, new time walking each week, and those who master the Timeways again will get a timely Buzz Bee skywriting mount. I like how they say it's skywriting, as though, like, all the flying mounts aren't skywriting. Anyway, Arathi ears. Humans and Kultirans get new Arathi ears. Head over to the barbershop to change up your appearance. Go to jail. Look forward to seeing how you fare on the Siren Isle. So that's the gist of it. They did post a video as well, so I will pull that up and we can do a little movie time. I'm gonna just mute WoW. Thought we never get any borrowed power again? Why on earth would you think that? If they never let us borrow any power, they just have to give it to us permanently and then take it away and go, oops, we thought you got to keep it, but no. Or, you know, just make us more powerful forever and then we can eventually just, like, beat everything and stop playing this game. I want to turn off the game sound. There we go. I also want to find a link to that video. Lucy, I don't know if she wants to be sniffed. Oh, I know, honey. I know. I felt horrible this morning because I was getting ready to leave for yoga and it was very dark and I didn't know that she had snuck up behind me and I accidentally stepped on her tail a little bit. I didn't, like, stomp on it. It's okay. I didn't break it or anything. But she let out one of those meows, and between, like, that always feels bad whenever that happens, but I just, like, burst into tears. I couldn't handle it. I think I felt worse than she did. I'm sorry, honey. I know. I was looking for the video. I bet you Wowhead has a link for it. Disable the warband screen. Yeah, so if you just take things off of your favorites and then collapse the favorites, then you don't have to use it if you don't like it. That's what I've done, is you can just kind of drag things back and forth between them and then not have to use it if you don't want. Oh, Moosey's gonna lay down there. That's good. That's nice. Can I do it from here? Oh, hi. All right. Yeah, more or less. Here, I'll disable the moose cam for just a little bit. It's mostly his butt right now anyway.
I'm Kayla Brown, and I am a game producer on the WoW team.
Okay.
I'm here joined with a bunch of our talented developers in order to show you guys a little bit of a sneak peek into what we have lined up for our 1107 content update. One of the awesome features that we have coming in with 1107 is actually a brand new zone that we have named Siren Isle. Our design philosophy when creating this zone was to make sure that we made a very engaging outdoor endgame experience that would cater to a whole bunch of different play styles and player types.
Siren Isle is a mysterious island located in a particularly stormy part of the ocean. During the Fourth War, it was used by the Kultirans to mine azurite, and then everybody mysteriously disappeared. Recently, the island has sent out a massive pulse of energy, and everything heard it. And your allies are mounting an expedition to this island to find out what happened and investigate.
Players arrive in Dornegal to meet up with the goblin Skagit, which is Gazlo's assistant. And we find that the Earthen and the Arathi have already made it to the island, so naturally Skagit's ready to go. He's like, get on the Zeppelin, let's go, it's time for adventure. So what's fun about the Siren Isle is when players arrive, we see signs that Kultirans have been here before, but there seems to be nobody around, which is really interesting. We see all these buildings and structures, but by the time the expedition gets there, it's empty. It's one of those fun little mysteries, we hope. So on this island, players are going to have a wealth of enemies to encounter. We actually have 3 separate groups. So we have the Bloodwake Vrykul, we have the Naga, and then we have a bunch of pirates. These groups will be rotating around on the island, so players won't encounter the same group week to week. Also, players will encounter a large crystal in the center of the island that seems to sing gently or hum, which has attracted the attention of both the Arathi and the Earthen. So our friends on the island, they're all here for different reasons, which is really exciting. The Earthen and the Arathi are here to study the crystal, and the goblins are interested in what the crystal can do, right? And so they're a really fun cast of people to have because they're so different, but it's also fun to have them all together here because their differences actually might be more complementary than we think.
Siren Isle, being in a particularly stormy part of the ocean, is regularly lashed by horrible tempests. During these storms, powerful creatures of all kinds come up out of the ocean and assault the island. Players can defend their allies to go into the storm. In order to do this, their allies have provided them with vehicles and weapons and other tools that they can use to take on these much more powerful enemies. There's all these crazy powerful enemies that show up, and you get to use these tools. For example, my favorite is the crawler mines. You can grab them, target one of the big nasties, and just have the bomb run up to it and explode. Boom. There's 3 caves on the island that are sealed up. Each of these caves has a deadly enemy inside. Players will be able to chip in, and you can donate to their excavations. And each of the factions, the Earthen, the Goblin, and the Arathi, have a different cave on the island, and players can donate to get the events to open.
Get your feet moving. We got a tunnel to blast open.
Circe Circlet is a mysterious ring that once belonged to a mythical, legendary siren named Circe. It's a very powerful item that'll give you an edge, especially on the Siren Isle. And as weeks unfold, you'll be able to unlock more gems, more powers associated with Siren Isle and the ring. So this is actually a model of Circe Circlet that you'll be able to see in game. One of our artists, Brittany Reinhardt, was able to throw it together, and you can see, like, even in game, you'll be able to see it on your character, I thought it was pretty cool. You'll be able to interact with a lot of different pieces of content using this ring. It'll be fairly strong, and it'll have 3 different sockets. Each one is a different type, and you'll be able to collect a myriad of different gems that fit into these sockets, all of which do different things. Even in the current season, they'll be fairly strong, and in the next season, they'll kind of be strong enough to give you a leadway to the new content coming up. There's a slew of really cool mounts, a bunch of different transmog appearances, some of which are unused from past years that are really exciting to finally get into the players' hands. They've seen it in the files long enough.
First thing is we look for a lot of reference to make sure that we're making something believable, something that seems like it's grounded in nature's rules enough so that when players look at it, there's nothing that's just like totally breaks their immersion. The aesthetic is really interesting. It's kind of inspired in some ways by the American Southwest. Like I was looking at some references of Arizona and stuff, the elements of those cliffs there. And so those are some of the things that we'll do to bring the world to life. We have filled this thing with a lot of secrets, even more than in some of our previous full zone maps. Because it's smaller, it's denser. So I'm excited to see if people can find all the crazy stuff that we did. I put in this little spooky spot back here. The quest designers wanted like an atmospheric kind of creepy spot. So I put like lots of animal bones have kind of been washing up in here. Another thing that's cool too is all these little like caves and micros that we added in. Each one kind of has its own crazy theme. Like over here, they'll spawn in this like crazy dragon that's gonna get spawned in from all these bones that have been collected and stuff. So that's kind of like the pinnacle of this like little creepy pocket over here. This used to be like an azurite mine over here in the center. So there's like elements of what happened here, but then you can tell something bad happened. And there's also this really cool stuff that was put up in the ridges of the mountains. And one of the things I helped out with doing was like making a lot of this space playable. So instead of just being limited to a flat 2D plane, we can put stuff on top of that 2D plane, and then you get new gameplay experiences, new vantage points, like this big mine track that goes above everything. We definitely do a lot of play testing and soup testing amongst ourselves, and that really helps too. I'm not just kind of designing stuff in my corner that will like get people to actually run through it, and I'll get opinions from people who haven't been building it to see like where do they get lost, where are the pain points here. And that's a process we don't just go through for this, we go through it for all the spaces we design in our game. And again, we'll also look back at previous examples of what did players like from previous zones, what did they not like. We try to learn from our past mistakes and learn from our past successes and bring that forward into our new stuff.
One of my favorite little Easter eggs, because there were plenty on this isle, there were plenty of Easter eggs and secrets for people to look forward to. One of my favorites personally is the bestiary, actually, all the creatures that are native to the island. One of the things that I took a lot of inspiration from was actually Darwin's finches on the Galapagos, and that essentially states that there are all of these finches that are very closely related, but on different islands their beaks have become different, right? So they have adapted to do different things and eat different things. So I took that concept and I put it on the Siren Isle. It's like, we have this isle, what are all the creatures that have come here? How has the island been affected over time? Like, all of the creatures are intentional, and it's a fun Easter egg that I don't think people would look for, but I hope that they'll enjoy uncovering the secret of the history of the isle through the creatures as well.
Thank you all so much for joining us here today. Our team had a blast in creating and bringing to life Siren Isle, and we really hope that you have just as much fun exploring it as the team did in creating it. Wanted to thank you all again, and we really hope to see you all in the Siren Isle.
Okay. That seems fine. It does very much, I mean, it's expected because of the point of the patch that it's in, but it fits very much into the same template that the Forbidden Reach patch fit into. So that kind of, it makes sense that it feels very reminiscent of the Forbidden Reach, especially because they did another piece of jewelry that you can put some special effects into that kind of fit into that like in-between season slot where it's going to be pretty decent for the end of this season, and then it'll kind of help get you started in the next one, but you won't be using it very long if you're in strong endgame gear, getting into strong endgame gear next season. Time's at 9:33. Looking forward to the Stormraven mount. Yeah, the mounts look nice. BFA Stormcrow, finally. Enjoy the environment designers talking about their work. Fine as a fitting summary. I am not in a great place to be like critiquing the game. So I don't want to, because it's not fair. You could put the finest patch ever in front of me and I'd go, yeah, it's a WoW patch. Well done. You know, like it's not gonna do anything for me right now. And that's not the game's fault. So I'm gonna reserve judgment on that. Seems, like I said, yeah, fine. Nothing super crazy or cool, but it's an 1107, you know, it's not like a major patch. It's not like a raid tier patch. We just had this anniversary patch that has like all this crazy stuff in it. I feel like I have quite enough to do. And you know what? One of those things is City of Threads I picked it for my World Soul quest because I figured it would be fast. I figured maybe I would get through it just incidentally. But now that I'm thinking about it, last week I didn't end up getting through much incidentally, so maybe I should actually queue up for it. Just a heroic would do just fine. City of Threads. That's the one. Sure, yeah, I'll heal or DPS, whatever the game wants. How are you today? I'm here. I'm here today. KP Ranger, thank you for the 27-month resub. And Jane Robin with a 6-month resub. Thank you very much. Delivering the content faster. Yeah, lots to do. The one thing that I thought that stood out to me the most was the fact that they've made this new ring appear on your character's finger. I think that's a really nice precedent for them to set. I didn't think it, like, looked wildly, I mean, it's something that we've been able to do with toys and stuff. There's like the diamond, what is it called? The Eternal Black Diamond Ring. If you use this, it will show on your character's hand. Maybe, yeah, there it is. It's something that's been done before, but I wonder if it'll draw attention to my gnome only having 3 enormous fingers. Maybe. Oh, that's cute for that. I came out here, one of the things I wanted to do was get myself like a Hallows End buff, so I can probably just go, for the reputation, go touch some ashes or dirt or something. Glad you're here. Thanks, Jeff. Forgot time change, missed half an hour. If it makes you feel any better, I was late. I've only been live for 20-ish minutes. I was running real late today, so you didn't miss as much as you might have done, because I was slow. Is there not a... I don't actually know where the Alliance keeps their bonfire. Kind of thought there'd just be some dirt over here. Can I just click on this? Da-da-da. Yes, yes I can. Horde and Alliance get different buffs, maybe? Alright. Hoping they eventually allow effects. Imagine flaming hands. You can do follower too. It said heroic or higher for this one. It's not the rep dungeon weekly. It's I picked the dungeon for World Soul, so I don't think that that's true. The Sundays fall back. Yeah. Small fire. They're finally giving us visible rings. Yeah. What else did I want to do? I came to Stormwind so I could, I think, eventually get to the anniversary area. I still need more things. Oh, a little theater troop box. I still need more things from Hallows End. I need to not forget about that, because Hallows End only lasts for 2 weeks. But I want to do my weeklies for the anniversary event today, and then if we have extra time, then we'll do more tricky-treating. Boko is not going anywhere. Also oh, actually, maybe I shouldn't do this, because in like 7 minutes, 8 minutes, it's going to be the mount off. And I actually need to refresh my buff, so it might actually do me some good to do it this time. There's a daily for using the bonfire. Oh, cool. Indeed makes me feel better. Did you see the new patch announcement? We did watch that on stream. We read the notes and we watched through it on stream. I have declared it to look acceptable, basically. I've given it a that'll do, pig. Well, that sounds a bit demeaning. In the actual Babe movie, the that'll do pig was very heartwarming. That'll work. Works for me. Perfectly fine. Well done. I'm glad they're happy. So we want to pick up this one. And then this one. It is baffling to me that most of your anniversary token income does not come from the actual event grounds areas. That's weird. Right? It's not a problem, but it's just not very intuitive, I guess. There was an April Fool's joke about an update to ATT called All the Bling that tracks all the jewelry. Oh boy. Yeah, 3 tokens. I don't really want to do the Codex Acromia event. I think I'm just not going to pick that up. Do you like the Tier 2 update? Like the armor sets up there? They seem nice. They look lovely. I don't need to do the pet dailies, do I? Here, we can take a look at them again. I hope to get them all eventually, at some point. I don't have any of them yet. I don't know. I spent a few tokens on something or another. I forget what. I'm sitting on 17 at the moment. I don't have the achievement yet for 100, but I should be able to get it today if I do everything, I think. If we go to World Events and we go to Anniversary Celebration. Yeah, I'm 30 of 100 for token collectors, so that's what we're at. Zooms for more than 20 seconds. Maybe I should do that. That might be fun. Oh, and then the guest relations started. I don't know if I have that in me. There's cosmetics, so I really should. Well, I might like to do it, but anyway, where's? I mean, that's nice. What is that, Warlock stuff? That looks fine. Tokens coming fast. Gotten 10 out of 13 armor sets. Nice. The whole thing is so weird, it has absolutely nothing to do with the War Within, and it is literally all of the first big patch. I think the confusion comes from the fact that it wasn't really ever supposed to be a big patch. It's an 05 patch. Usually they just use those to put in a couple of systems improvements and then like call it a day. Maybe like a little quest line. What is it? But because they added like this whole big event for the anniversary, they kind of went big for it. It feels like an underbaked 0.1 as opposed to an overbaked 0.5. That's terrifying. The selfie cam. It is not the selfie cam all over again. You are being allegedly Dramatic. You do the Kazlogar quest first. Hit the 100. Celebration stuff gives more. Yeah, that sounds true. 5 minutes on Mount Off. 5 minutes. What else can I do? I didn't really get through my profession weeklies. I don't think I'm too worried about it. Maybe I am. Maybe you're not. Who's to say? Listen, far be it from me to condone melodrama. I love it. I had a bizarre series of dreams last night that there was a whole sequence in this dream where somebody really wanted me to get dressed to attend a party to meet a couple of people. It was really important that I like meet them and get to know them and give them a chance. And I was like very messy and not wearing pants. And I'm like, all right, fine, I'll get dressed. And I'll go to this party and I'll meet these people. And I get dressed and I go to the party, and the people that I was meant to be meeting were like very glammed up. And they weren't very interested in meeting me. They kind of said hi, and then they kind of kept talking, and they kind of moved on. And then they sat at a table where there was no room for me. And I mean, that was fine, but I was like, this is the only reason I got my butt out of bed to go to this party. It was because someone else thought it was important that I meet them. If they don't even want to talk to me, I don't need to be here. So I start not storming, but I march out of the party dramatically. And I kind of felt like I was having a diva moment. And then Zac Efron follows me, which is funny because I don't really know anything about Zac Efron. I don't know what I've seen him from. I missed that whole era of young adult TV. But anyways, he is also like leaving and falls into a chasm and dies. And then the party starts wailing, Zac Efron is dead. And then I woke up because it was my alarm and it was time to go to yoga. And it was just a real weird trip. I forget why I mentioned it. There was something relevant in there that I've forgotten now. Zac and Cody Zac? I don't know. I know that he has a show now that I watched a preview for and then didn't watch, where he tries different things across the world. He travels or something. And his actually, that's not fair for me to say. Let's not take down people's appearances. He looks fine. Was he shirtless? He wasn't really, I didn't really see him. It was more the concept of Zac Efron. I hope he's doing well and that I haven't caught some kind of an omen. Thought the party was going to blame you. No, I don't think anyone was thinking about me, to be honest with you. I don't think anyone was worried about me. Mount Mania that I did last night ended with the Headless Horseman mount, and guess what mount I'm still trying to farm? Those holiday mounts will get you. Oh man, this will be good because it'll give me actual credit in this quest to get my buff back, and that way I can get some extra rep from the buff, because I'm gonna need to do like Awakening the Machine and stuff for celebration tokens. So it might be nice to have the buff. I have been wearing this Halloween mug that I got from the Headless Horseman for a couple of days now since I unlocked it, basically. And I feel like this is the most genuinely terrifying looking Mog that I've had on her. I changed her title to Farmer to go with it, and then sometimes I summon my tiny harvester to kind of hang out and, you know, match. Seen her get on the Netherwing Glad mount. Yeah, she is a savage. I've never gotten all 15 mounts, but I've also never lost. That is the one nice thing, is if she pulls a mount that nobody has, then nobody has it, and it's not really gonna matter too much in the grand scheme of things. Crazy how Awakening the Machine is 2 weeklies, 16 tokens for 1. At least you look good. My mage looks like a magical girl. I mean, isn't that the best way for a mage to look? Hoping I luck it with Arthas this year. So far, 50 attempts deep, not a show for it. I hope this is your year. I wonder if it's going to drop for you in your first attempt of a day. That's the way they said they'd set it up, but I forget some details. This will not, the rep one will not give me tokens, but it will give me rep. I'm getting kind of sort of close to the end of the different rep lines. I'm closest to Severed Threads 25, but that's going to be kind of a womp womp, because I'm not going to be finished with all of the individual Severed Threads reps. So we're going to have to keep going there. But I want Hellowfall for the Belladar tracking, and then I want the mounts, basically. I want to buy the mounts once we get the Resonance Crystals together anyway. Greetings, mount enthusiasts. That's me.
Ready for a Mount Mania.
Mount
Quickly
Mania, you
summon
betcha.
the same mount as me to earn points.
Coffee's gone, that's good. Let's have some water. That's just been 14 and I missed the Farak mount.
Next, we
Is
have
this the trading post one? It is. I don't have it. We're already down one. Abigail, please get on the new Brutusar mount. I don't think she can. I betcha they took a snapshot of all of the mounts in the game as of when they added the event, and because it came out after that, I don't think she can do it. But maybe I'm just this is my copium because I don't have it. I didn't buy it. Now it's special. It's special. I did consolidate all my currencies in one character today. That is quite nice. Look at all those lazy Nautilons. That's lovely. Oh, this might be the day that knocks me off my win streak. Shark bait. Ooh ha ha. Yeah? Wanna come sit? I feel awful for her. I can't really pick her up anymore unless it's really important, because anytime I put any pressure anywhere close to her upper body, which usually I like to scoop her like front and back, she's been meowing. I think it hurts. I think it's pressing on her tumor. I'll ask the vet about it when we see them again. Get it the same minute she mounts up on it. Yeah. Interesting news. Yeah, it'll be a patch. It'll have things to do. That's nice. They're keeping the content coming. It's not all microtransactions.
Get ready for the next mount.
Stormite Sky Hunter. This is from Glyph Hunter. I can't believe that this is such a low collected number in my journal. Like, this is a really easy one to get. Yeah, lots of people have it here, actually. There's quite a few of those. I rode this around for quite a while. I like that mount. Some of the transactions are not micro. You're right. You're absolutely right. That thing is a macro transaction. I am using an add-on. I'm using Mount Journal Enhanced to sync up my Mount Journal with Abigail, so I can just mount with this button. People also use the add-on Plumber. It gives you a button on your screen to do it. If there's a weak aura, I'm not familiar with it, but I've been using Mount Journal Enhanced.
Up next, we have
No, I haven't seen the Flying Spectral. There's Ashes. I love Ashes.
Get ready for the next mount.
I think for mount collectors, this event in particular makes you kind of feel like you want to buy all the new shop mounts, because it makes you very conscious of how many mounts you do and don't have. And it feels bad to intentionally leave permanent gaps in your collection by not picking up limited edition shop stuff. But that's how they get you, you know? Like, I don't need another 4 mounts for 30 bucks.
Up
Or
next,
one mount for 128 or whatever. It's on Wagi from the Azure Span. Feathermane Temperamental Skyclaw. I might get the Brutusar eventually. I don't know. I don't have the stomach for it right now. Validation for people's effort to collect mounts. Yeah, I saw Plunderstorm was returning. I'm kind of excited about that, actually.
next, we
Oh, my
have
Sandstone Drake. Bought him over the years when they had sales on him. They used to just leave them on the store. Not like forever, but usually for like a couple of years before they rotated them out. And now they seem more inclined to be like, well, you can get it in the next 3 months, or we're taking it away. And I'm sure they would bring it back again eventually, but
up next, we have
that's just a tactic that works. I'm willing to throw myself into the storm once again. Mobile mailbox is handy. Yeah. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Oh yeah, I would go back into Plunderstorm. Especially if I can drag Flabby with me and make him do it. Flabby, is someone fighting me? Can you kill them? Wah.
up next, we have
Oh, I don't have that one yet. I've been trying. I've been grinding. We'll do more of that this week. I'm leaning towards spending some of the gold I've been squirreling away to get them out. I would, if I were you. I think that is a very worthwhile investment for you. I think it'll pay off in comfort and in eventually gold. Stone Vault mech suit. You bully. That's the word I wanted to say. How are you and Kira? Hello. We're okay. We're all right. I'm pretty sad. But that's okay. We're at home. Home is where we cry.
Next, we have...
Did a Mount Mania that had 3 separate nether wing drakes from the Rep and Outland, and I had all of them. Oh, look at all these people with the Plunderlord Crocolisk. Here's some pirates out here. Kalthos, thank you for the 21-month reset. Fighting Anduin, he's not targetable. I can't believe I haven't fixed that yet. That's funny.
Up next, we have...
Congrats, Saga. Swift Zulian. I'm only 11 of 15. This has been my worst mount off. She has pulled some very difficult cuts here. I don't know if I can win with an 11. Yeah, I don't think it matters where in the sequence the rarity comes, because it's not like you're out as soon as you can't match one. You can continue matching the rest of them. Oh, I still won! Inksy, that's me! And Valana. Congratulations. And Darth Nico. 3 of us. Wow. Doing Heroic Council of Threads last night, got wiped by a desynced animation. Oh no. Alright, well that got us up to 65% there. I still want to do that City of Threads. I'm going to get back in queue for it. And then... anything else I want to do around here? I mean, if we're participating in activities, we can just kind of hang out here. Oh, yeah, hang on. Let me bring good old Phil along here. I'm just doing it for the weekly. I'm not sure if I'll win the Mount Mania with the 186 mounts I have. Maybe. Maybe not. The good news is you don't actually have to win for anything. It's just for fun, really. It's just vanity. That was a hard one. Best people had was 11s. Yeah. I'm excited for November Trading Post. No. Have they announced it yet? It's soon, I suppose. WorldOfWarcraft.com. They put it out? I don't think they can do anything that's going to make me feel anything right now. Reading about curses and horsemen. You talk to... there's like a scarecrow at the beginning that you can talk to, and that will give you... you can opt into the curses there if you like. It's an anniversary celebration at the November Trading Post. Yeah, let's watch this, because the story time doesn't start for like 7 minutes. Oh, Flabby got a new slug mount. Nice. Cool. Celebrate 20 years of Warcraft and 30 years of... oh, hang on. Dungeon. We'll look at the Trading Post after. So it stuck me. It's funny, it switches your spec, but it doesn't give you any mana. I'm just gonna sit and drink and catch up with people later. I'm sure Flabby could solo all of this. But yeah, the nice thing about Trading Post being underwhelming, if that is what we find it to be, is that it lets you save your tender for eventually when they do make something that speaks to you, because there always will be something eventually. I found myself very starved of tender for a long time, and I've only just recently started to save it. And I don't know if it's because, like, they've been making things that appeal to someone that's not me, or because I am just, I don't know, I don't want all the stuff as much, just in general. Or I'm just waiting for the perfect thing, but I've been holding on to it. I've just been getting my tender and keeping it. Sure you can sell all this too? Maybe. Finish maxing rep with the 3 spider people. Very nice. That's gotta feel good. And you can pick your favorite to partner with for the buff and not have to worry about finishing them. I'm looking forward to that day a little bit. Nothing I liked. Spent a decent chunk of gold in the jelly to finish up the pesky rep for the bean. Nice, congratulations. I don't know if I'm gonna make it. I'm really slow. Sometimes you just got a guardian spirit. What are we in here? What am I looking at? I haven't really healed dungeons in a hot minute, and I don't really remember how, and honestly, I don't know if I've just got it into my head from listening to other people or if it's my own experience, but Holy Priest healing in keys this season has not felt amazing to me. I often feel a little under-equipped for the situations I'm running into. But I don't know if I can fully blame the class because I am out of practice. I've been playing Shadow Priest instead. I've been doing some Void Weaver. Katie, do you want to come see me? You can hang out in here. I know you got food and water because we did that already. No, this is a random heroic just for the weekly quest. I usually do world quests, but I decided to do this week. Extending the bar with an extra 500 tendies to earn. Oh, that's nice. That's good. Get gold for the Bruto, and all I know about is double gathering. Might be slow, but it's working. What is the approximate North America gold price for the new Bruto? Roughly, when converted into tokens. Does anybody have the math like handy? Also not going to be any healing to do. About 1.5 million? Okay. Yeah, maybe I'll do it with gold. I'm not using my gold for anything else. 1.8, 1.5. I'm sure it like fluctuates based on token price and whatnot. Yeah, I saw that you can get tokens for Ansurek. I'm hoping to do that in my guild raid tonight. I still need to finish the Ansurek guide. I just haven't been able to stomach looking at much. Not that, I mean, I was having a hard time with it before. I have like a half-finished video.
Another spy has fallen. This cannot be.
Finish that at some point. Poke that one editor you worked with? No, nobody else can edit raid guides. I edit raid guides. That was for like stream highlights. It's totally different. I will hand over raid guide editing over my dead body. It also would be like a net loss. I'm sure it would cost more to get them edited than it would make at this point. I'm just finishing it for completion's sake. That's the kind of thing that you're gonna work on for a long time, and it's gonna make you about $33. The spell to the left of my Shadow Fiend button. Left of it, Smite. Yeah, fixed amount of balance per token. The exact amount depends on your region. Canadian dollars might be a bit different than US dollars. Yeah. Maybe later this evening will be a nice drop in price. Got enough BNet credit? Pay for it from the store. Just did that. 33. Can you buy an avocado? Yeah. You can get, sometimes if you're lucky, you can get like 3 avocados for $5, and that's like a good day. If I can get under $2 per avocado, then I will often do it because they're delicious and they help make breakfast really filling. What if this season is the season for you to give disc a try? I mean, what if a lot of things? What if the rivers run red and the what else? Marmots start pinwheeling through the sky. Seems very fun. Been thinking about leveling my priest for it. You should absolutely go for it. If it looks fun. World's your oyster. Have at it. I'm gonna do an alt at some point just because my friends have been doing alt keys and it's a bit silly for me to keep bringing my priest when she doesn't need anything. I think there's room for me to DPS mainly, maybe a healer alt, but probably a DPS alt, and I was thinking of maybe setting up an Aflock, like an undead one. Sounds kind of nice. But I need to do my Prot Warrior project first, and also it doesn't really matter.
So disappointed.
First,
What if I'm allergic to oysters? Well, I guess you just have to die. Rip. The whole world's an oyster, can't get away from them. Down with the shellfish allergens. Really fun, but I get stressed out playing this. Yeah, I feel like Priest satisfies my needs without needing to open that door. I've got enough to get out of it. Oh, thank you, Felix. I talked to my mortgage guy at the bank because I had a long-standing appointment. And I can basically buy a place anytime. I'm not going to, but I could. So that's something. It's just kind of not a great time. Racy Sapphire, thank you for the 48-month resub. Happy 4 years of following your streams and videos. Looking forward to many more. Some pretty big news. Yeah, mind you, I can't get a big place or a nice place. But I can get a place that will have walls and a roof and a lock. Maybe a dishwasher. Maybe a couple of windows, you know? Like, I just have to decide where I want to live, basically. I need to pick out a place, and then find a realtor and then do something. But I don't want to move until after Kira passes, because I don't want to put her through a move when she's already dealing with cancer. So even if it's kind of a good real estate moment right now, I'm just going to kind of focus on making her comfy for a while and then worry about it later.
Watch your step.
I think healers keep doing Horseman hard mode when I tank. My #1 incoming healer each run is BM monk. Can always renovate. Yeah, that's what I tell myself whenever I see a kitchen that's like a time capsule of the 1970s. Is like, you know, you can change things. And I know in my heart that can and will are very different things. I feel like I would just live with whatever it is as it is for like 5 years before I finally work up the guts to do anything to it. But this is not sinking money to someone else's bank account when renting. Exactly. It would be nice to start building equity. You want to come up here, honey bear?
You're interesting.
Buy a house with the exact same layout. Honestly, I was looking at condos that have like the same square footage, same rooms, everything. Hi, sweet.
All failure breeds success eventually. Wouldn't you agree?
Think of those kitchens as Shane from SDV. You can fix them. That's not how I play SDV. You can't fix anybody. This is when I get mad at people. I'm not mad at people because you know, they're just playing a video game and it's their life. But like, people on the forums that want the character Shane from Stardew Valley as a romantic prospect because they find themselves, they find him appealing because of many reasons. But you know, he's like vulnerable about his struggles, and they're pretty serious struggles. And then you get a lot of I can fix him isms. And I can't handle it whatsoever. You can't fix anybody. People can fix themselves, and they do. You can support someone, but you cannot fix them. It's just not how it works. They're blinded by Shane's hair. I mean, I don't want to rag on the guy, because real life people, including to some extent me, have that haircut. But like his hair, Elliot's right there. Can we donate to our health fund? I really appreciate the thought, but it's not gonna, I don't feel right taking people's money when it's not gonna change the outcome. I've been talking with the vets and I've been looking into it and doing research, and we can't fix her. This isn't something she's gonna get better from. And so we're just gonna kind of focus on making her as happy and comfy as we can for the time that we have her.
Run.
Which is a really hard decision to make, but you know, it wouldn't be fair for me to try to collect money and then, you know, fundraise like $20,000, $30,000, $50,000 from people, and then she still like goes through all of this treatment and then still passes away. She's only 10. It's really unfair. She's only 10. She's a baby. I mean, she's like a middle-aged baby, but like she's not that old. She's had kind of a tough break of it. She went blind like 2-3 years ago as well, which is kind of unfair. No.
What's your...
I'm sorry.
AOE incoming.
That's just sometimes life happens.
What's your... Stat.
But that's okay. I mean, it's not okay, but it is what it is. We're just gonna do our best. Keep her happy for as long as we can. And if I cry on stream, then I cry on stream. That's just gonna be how it is. I'm not gonna worry about it too much. I don't think I'm gonna try and like turn it off every time I get a little weepy because that's just not realistic. It's okay. We're letting all the feelings out. I'm not holding them in. That's not gonna work, so. Yeah, she seems pretty happy right now. I've got like the quality of life questionnaire and stuff, and she's doing good for the moment. So she's having good days. She honestly seems like she's pretty chipper, you know, like she's doing cat things and yeah. We'll get her some pain meds and stuff to make her comfy. Yeah, she's not really worried about it, I don't think. She's definitely not super comfy. Give her virtual chin scritches. Yeah, she's getting all her favorite treats. She gets like 1,000,000 pets every time I walk by her. I take naps with her whenever she wants. She gets to drink out of my cup if she wants to. She tried my coffee this morning before I could stop her, and then she was like, gross, how could you drink this? Why would you give this to me? And I'm like, I didn't, that's my coffee. She didn't like drink it, but she just got a little on her mouth. Yeah, she gets cup drinking privileges. Oh, man. And Moosey's a big help. He's a very sweet boy. He's been looking after her, and he's been looking after me. And he's been being all funny and silly like he does. Let's see here. It is 10:07. I've got one quest to turn in. I want to get this rep buff up before I start doing anything, so maybe I will do Codex Acromi. I don't know. What is this one for? Something I don't want to do, probably? PvP? Yeah. This is probably pretty easy and a pretty fast queue for healers. So let's let me Codex of Acromi. We'll healer queue for that. Looks like it has transmog. That's something. She has bigger things to worry about, like if the puppet's sticking his nose too close. Codex has been a fast queue even for DPS. Oh, that's good. How can you tell if your cat's in pain? It's tough with cats. They hide their pain very well. One of the things that I learned is that you have to try to watch them when they don't know that you're watching them. Because if they're interacting with you and they love you, like they do, they're really good at putting on a super brave face. So you need to kind of keep an eye on them when they don't know that you're watching them to look for signs of like their expression. Are they wincing? Are they like having a hard time moving around? You can kind of tell that way. And the one handy thing about that is that she's blind. She can't see me. It's pretty easy to spy on her. Unless I make noise, she has no idea where I am. Although if I make any noise, she is like Daredevil. She's got incredible hearing. And she can tell when I'm making noise versus anything else in the world. It's very impressive, so. Alright, in we go. Codex time. Cats are so secretive about those things. And there's lots of things that, like, she used to kind of cough a bit, and I was like, oh, it's just a hairball. She's just getting some, I don't know, spit out of her throat. And now I realized that was not the case. When she was throwing up a lot, I thought that she was just eating too fast, and I have since learned that just in her specific case, and please don't freak out if your cat throws up, because lots of cats do, and it's usually not something serious like this, but her tumor may be pressing on her organs in a way that makes it hard for her to keep food down if she eats too much. So she was eating too much and too fast, but like, it was not just something as easy as I thought it was going to be. How is the community liking the anniversary event? Everybody that I know seems quite happy with it. Can't speak for everyone, of course, but unique transmog the Codex Acromi. When I mouse over this, according to my all the things, I need all of this timely tourist stuff, What I don't know is if there's another source of the timely tourist appearances or if they're only from this box. That is... I have 3 of these collected out of a total of 54, so it looks... That's what I'm looking at. It may be unique, it may be available elsewhere, but I have not run into very much of it yet. Some pressure when picking up. Yeah, I've just stopped picking her up unless it's really important because she cries and it breaks my heart and I don't want to hurt her. All those separate from the raid log? I don't know. I haven't really done the raid much. It might be. I have not bought any of the sets yet. I haven't done very many things that granted tokens. I didn't get on to do my weeklies last week. So I just got like a couple tokens from here and there, but I didn't really go ham on it. Have you had any friends decide to respec into a different group? Or a different thing to raid Mythic Plus? I had to respec from Frostmage to Ret to even get invited. Most of my friends, we kind of play with each other. There's some people will pug, and I think they are a little bit more conscious of the meta comps, but for the most part, everybody just kind of plays what they like, and they switch off of it if they feel like they would have more fun in something else. But it's not a question of getting into the group, it's just a question of how you feel once you're in it. Got some you can buy from the raid vendor at a Codex cache, but I have to double check back. Oh, I can probably fly, huh? Got a new timely log piece from every Chromie queue that I have done. Yeah, kitty. See all the stuff they announced today? Do you feel like they're moving too fast? I did see the stuff. I don't know at what point is it too fast. It's going to be a different thing for different people. The in-between patches have a lot of content that's fairly not, like it's fairly optional. If you were feeling overwhelmed and wanted to sit it out, it's not going to put you at a huge disadvantage for the next raid. Obviously it might be nice to get the ring, but it sounds like the ring is going to be mainly a benefit on the island and then just kind of going into the next season a little bit. Yeah, Chromie's got stuff to say. Been through something like this with my English bulldog and it's more than hard. Yeah. I like to tell myself, and this is something I just made up, but I like to tell myself that all of my feelings are just like love for her that's coming out of my body so that she can have it when she's gone. You know, I'm saving up a nice little deposit of love for her that she can take with her. But yeah, it sucks. It's a bit anti-humanist of me, but with the exception of like my very close friends and family, I think I like my cat. I'm much closer to my cat than I am to most people. She's been with me through some really hard stuff. And she's happy. I don't think she knows why I'm crying all the time. My dog's very confused, but he's figured out that if I've been crying, my face is really salty. And then he wants to lick me in the face aggressively, and that usually cheers me up a little bit. I think I like my dog more than my parents. Yeah, they're easy to love. But I'm glad that she likes me because she's been hanging out with me. She's been on my lap. She's on my lap right now. She's been sleeping right next to my head at night. She's made herself a little spot right next to me in bed.
We're back to normal Karaji rituals.
We make the joke that the cat's our favorite child and we have 2 actual children. Oh my god. I bought a paw print kit to take an impression of her paw print, and it's got a little frame for a picture, and I haven't been able to like bring myself to do it yet, but I should do it. She's gonna be mad because I have to get her foot wet and then I'm gonna have to stick it in the stuff, and she's gonna be like, how dare you, you infidel. I'm gonna be contacting my cat attorney, but I should do it while I've got it in me.
If
Dad Mode Gaming, thank you for the raid. Welcome, raiders. I always like those and the nose prints. Oh, I've never heard of the nose print thing. I have about 1 million pictures of her, which is nice. I was looking over her kitten pictures, and I was remembering when I got Moose, he was a very cute puppy. He was pretty small for about 10 minutes, and then he got big very quickly. And it took him like a couple of months to really settle into the point that he wanted me to pet him or like he wanted to cuddle with me. He's like a sweet, happy puppy, but it takes a while to warm up to people. He doesn't really want you to touch him. He wants to get excited to see you from like a 2-foot distance. And it took a couple of months for him to warm up to me to the point that he wanted to like cuddle with me on the couch or like give me hugs and stuff like that. And then I was looking at Kira's kitten pictures, and I saw one of her being a little baby sitting on my lap. And I was like, oh, when was this taken? And I looked at the date, and it was literally the day I brought her home. It was on my birthday in 2014. I had just turned 22. I had brought her home, and she was already like, yep, this is my bed. You are my favorite. I will be sleeping here. Yeah, we looked at the Siren Island announcement. Yeah, my her Caturni. There's a gal that I follow that does felted cat busts for memorials. I've seen, I saw an episode of some show, it might have been like a Netflix series, that looked at those. They were beautiful. Yeah, she's had a pretty good life. You can tell when you look through all her pictures is that she's been very comfy. She's been very happy. She's had all of her favorite things pretty much all the time. I think her favorite thing is basically just to cuddle and hang out at home with me, and lucky for her, I don't go anywhere. I'm home all the time. I have been 99% home for the last 10 years, and I have spent a lot of time with her. I've worked from home the entire time, which is really nice. I have procrastinated on YouTube and taken naps about 1 million times, and I don't regret any of them, because she naps right with me. She gets right in bed with me when we nap. Alright, we got a couple of things. We got some shoulders, as well as... no, just shoulders, actually. But we can turn in our buff and get our rep going here. Happy to see you. Thought today was Tuesday. 2-year-old cat is kind of a chonker whenever his bowl's empty. Fill it back up. Cats live better than I do. They've eaten before I have.
Your gold is
yeah, there's a little baby Kira video on the VOD channel. It's the oldest one up there.
Salama Ashalanore.
Okay, that gives us a couple of tokens, and we've got our buff refreshed now, so I should be getting plenty of rep if I want to go do like Awakening the Machine or anything. Let's go to Dornegal. I mean, while I have the rep buffs, might be a good time to do that Priory of the Flame thing as well. That I think I could do in a follower dungeon if I wanted to, but I think it's going to be faster to do it as a normal. Got my Awakening mount today. Haven't missed a week of it, so it took a little while. Congratulations. Yeah, cat fitments will be specific to your pet and their activity levels, but if you take their weight and you look at the... Oh, wow. You look at the package of the food, they'll have a table that says how much they should get in a day. So you can divide that out by however many meals you give them, and then just... I keep like a measuring cup by her food container. I don't worry about it so much now, but if she was younger and in a different place in her life, I would be very careful about it. I also used to have an auto feeder that you could literally program to give them X amount of food, X amount of times a day, and it was great because you couldn't overfeed them. And bonus, 1 point for the auto feeder for anybody that has a cat that wakes them up to get food for the cat. Once they realize that their food comes from the robot and not from you, they can let you sleep in unless they just really like waking you up. But I had a period of her life where she would get me out of bed as early as she could to go feed her. And after I set up the auto feeder, she didn't really do that anymore because she was like, well, the robot's going to feed me when it feeds me. So I suppose we can all sleep. That's not Stormwind. Yeah, they're just trying to get me to put some kilometers on my golden scarab here. Auto feeder and a water fountain. Completed the Great Detective Quest all by myself, and I didn't look for a video or nothing. Wow. 40% from getting the Vicious Sky Flare. Nice. Congratulations. You're on it. Listen, never worry about your PvP rating. It's imaginary number. Doesn't matter. Doesn't reflect on you as a person. I have to use 2 gallons because they're not strong enough to fill it. I keep the big water bowl that Moose and Kira both drink from behind the couch. And sometimes Moose likes to sit on the couch and then drop a toy over the back of it, and it plunks into the water bowl and it makes a big splash. And then I have to dry it all up before it damages the flooring. And last week he did this when Kira was about to start drinking, and she was like maybe 8 inches from the bowl, and a little bit splashed on her, and it made a big sound, of course. And she just stops in her tracks and kind of like moving her head around, because she's blind, she doesn't know what happened exactly, but like she's looking around like, what the hell? What did the dog do now? She's very funny with him. You're a top 1% PvPer if you count all the people that don't play WoW. Honestly, even if you count the people that do play WoW, you're still going to be very, very high up there because most people don't PvP. And even if you count the people that PvP, there is a huge portion of the PvP player base that occupies the lower, like the lower ratings. It's not as visible because the people that you see streaming and whatnot, they're all going to be kind of in the medium to higher ranges, and they make it feel like everybody who PvPs is there. But it's like totally not true. I used to be like a top 10% PvPer just by virtue of getting like 1700 every season. And I wasn't doing anything special. Rubber mat? Yeah, I've got one of those. Sometimes it's not big enough if he makes a big enough splash. It's kind of more for when one of them spills a bit out of the bowl and not for when he chucks a toy into it and makes a fountain. I might have to get like proper flooring for that. But I like putting the mats under their bowls as well, so that I like the silicone mat because I can sterilize it, I can clean it properly. Because sometimes she spills her food on the ground and it kind of makes like it kind of gummy. It's no good. And both of them do eat off the ground, so you want to be able to get that clean. Ever complete the Minions of the Cold Dark? Yes! On the first day of November in 2022, I did that. I think it was part of my Veil Strider achievement. I think they needed me to do that for the Shadowlands meta. I had a calendar, I had like alarms, timers set up for it. There was like a week or a spreadsheet or something back then that like told you when the next one was going to be and what it was going to be. So I'd be like, well, I need this one, so I guess I'm getting up at 3 in the morning. It took me ages though, because I didn't really want to get up at 3 in the morning, so I think I only did that like once. I don't have that kind of mojo in me anymore. Almost 2 years ago now. Yeah. Impossible at the moment. Tormentors are broken. It's been for 4 months. Oh dear, that sucks.
Interrupt.
That's no good. I like this dungeon. I think it'll be. I like the aesthetics of it. I find the look of it very appealing. I don't know if how the fights in the trash are going to stand up to Mythic Plus yet. I have a terrible imagination for that kind of thing. I never know until it happens. I remember thinking, I ran Ruby Life Pools in the Dragonflight beta, and I thought, this is a nice short dungeon with only 3 bosses. This is going to be the new Maw of Souls. Not the new Maw of Souls. I have no radar for that kind of thing. Rather, they had priority over Dawnbreaker. Dawnbreaker is warming up on me, actually. I don't hate it. As long as I have people to follow, and especially if I remember to change my flight style so I can hover on the ground to let my tank land before I have to land without having to make myself dizzy flying in circles, then we're in good shape. We're looking good. Yeah, Azure Vaults was quite hard. I like how warm the color palette is in here. Oh dear, thank you very much for the 8-month resub. Appreciate it. Just like flying. Yeah, I've fallen through the ship before as well. I'm very careful when I do land on one of the ships to make sure that I've actually landed on it before I get off my mount, because otherwise you're just dead. Deceased. No more birthdays.
By fire, I am healed.
Not that one.
Shielded
That one.
by flame's
Kitty cat.
light.
Morbidly curious how— oh, I forgot about Dark Flame Cleft until you mentioned it. Oh, a transmog. I'm gonna disenchant it right now.
Murpray has warped the priory from a place of contemplation to an
Add to my
uprising.
collection.
Why? She has always preached of the strength of the Emperor's will, but to turn
I pretend Dark Flame
against us
Cleft
is
doesn't
madness.
exist. Yeah, if there was a place like that in real life, I wouldn't go anywhere in there. I don't like going in caves that don't have big, spooky, dark entities that are trying to kill you. I guess that argument falls flat. There's a lot of places in WoW that I wouldn't go into in real life, like most of them.
Beledar is the crucible. It burns away weakness. Its blinding light reveals.
Don't like the candle mechanics.
We Arathi lack within
I don't mind it so much on the boss. It's really annoying on the cart, though. In the boss, I kind of like, oh man, I gotta rescue the candle. There's gonna be a frontal. Let's pick it up and put it down. I mean, it's a little bit wonky feeling, but it's all right. I don't ever feel like you've like run out of candle. There's always another one. Somebody just has to go get it. Yeah, I guess actually it's kind of annoying now that you mention it. Never mind. I changed my mind. We don't like it. Stinky. What's that, WoW Zone? Would you live in? Maybe Stormsong Valley. Maybe Tiergard Sound. I like Kultiris. It reminds me of home.
will simply raise him back to duty.
A little place with a nice garden.
The sacred flame will cleanse your transgression.
Think he'll be around to see the Warcraft Direct thingy on the 13th?
Watch your step.
Yeah, it's a Wednesday. Let's see why not.
Step.
It's probably happening during my stream. You just turn it on and watch.
Incoming. Watch your step.
Old Lochmadan for me. Lakeshire, Red Ridge Mountains. Mm-hmm.
Brothers and sisters, hearken to the flame.
Teldrassil pre-birding. I feel like I would get cold in Teldrassil. Nothing about the place looks warm, and yet all of the dwellings are kind of open air, and no one wears a whole lot of clothes. I've never seen a night elf selling like a thick, warm sweater.
Watch your step.
Yeah, post-burning, I'm sure it would be a lot warmer. At least,
Watch your
not
step.
post-burning, during burning.
AOE incoming.
Still not a great place to be.
The Empire
Oh.
will see you
Thank you.
burn.
Oh. Come on.
It is done. These zealots no longer.
Oh, still in the burning steps. I could Hearth the Dornogal, that is where I'm going. I'm just stubbornly flying back to Stormwind at this point because we're not that far off. I want to do like old raids for Mog runs, but there's too many limited time events that I need limited time stuff from for me to follow my heart right now. I don't want to regret it later, and I don't mind doing the weeklies and stuff, so I just want to kind of keep chipping through it. With all the plant life stuff around, wearing less clothing seems like a poor choice. This is why I don't like limited time events. Yeah, they're not wildly player friendly. Sometimes when they leave things in forever though, case in point Secrets of Azeroth, you could still go do the secrets and work on your patty and stuff. Sometimes when it's available forever, it turns into never for me, because if I don't have a deadline, sometimes I just don't do things. Either broke Sepulchre by killing anyone without him being active, or Blizzard broke him, because I can't get to the last part. Oh, that's a bummer. After all that work that went into it. Can we swap this for one of the ones that we don't use very often downstairs? Classic kitchen organization rules. Keep the things you use all the time close at hand. Use the upper shelves for stuff that you need like once a month. Citizen Quinn, thank you for the 5-month resub. Appreciate it very much. Yeah, I ran into the Stormwind portal glitch. That's why I had to fly all the way back to Stormwind. Port room and org needs redone too. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it would drive people. It's also, it's not just like a nothing thing for them to move portals around, because we all have muscle memory. And I bet you people would be furious if they scooted any of them just because, like, you get so used to going to the same spot. But I think there is precedent. I think they have moved portals before. I would vote in favor of a reorganization if they were polling people, I suppose. So on one hand, I like choosing like these things so that I can kind of get them caught up and finished so I can start taking the Weaver bonus again. But on the other hand, I'd like to actually get some of these. I think the Arathi one specifically, I want to get it to 23 so I can get the Finding Beledar. Plus, there's another mount, I think. Shackled Shadow, maybe. So I might do Arathi, although Arathi's a little farther ahead than the other two, isn't it? This one I'm a couple renown away from being able to get the Glowmite. And then this one I'm just a bit behind on, but I don't really... Oh, you know what? It's a B. Let's do Dornogal. I want the B. Let's work on Dornogal rep. Council of Dornogal. So that gave me 1950 rep because I had all 3 rep buffs up. I had the Hallow's End rep buff, I had the Anniversary Timer buff, and I also had the Flat Anniversary buff. That's nice. We like that.
We cannot
and this one I can just turn in. That gives me some celebration tokens.
Thank you.
Another thing that I can disenchant. I don't think anybody needs that. My horseman grind is over. I have the Lich King. Congratulations. Dialogue UI. Yeah, Wicker Man buff. We got it. That's the Hallow's End one. A little behind in my profession knowledge, but we're not too fussed about it. Although, if I have capped, I have capped enchanting concentration. I should make a few things. Let's do that before we head out into the world, shall we?
Have anything ancient to trade?
Do a little scan reading. Yeah, the Weaver buff is good for crafting. I like it better for gathering. I can live without it for crafting because I'm not really making thousands of things like I did in Dragonflight. I'm making like hundreds of things and I can kind of wait. But for gathering, it feels awful to not have it once you've got used to it. Nice. Big ingenuity from Shattering. 3 multi-craft per point. So this is more about the decorations and their mana oils and stuff. Do I want to make mana oils or do I want to work on European novelties? This is 20, 40, 60 points. How many hit points is this? 30. My mana oil girly. No, no, I'm not. Need to be doing Insane in the Membrane, but I don't know if there's time. Well, you can't do the whole thing all at once, but you can pick something to work on and start on it. Better some of it than none of it if you're planning on doing it eventually. Should I pick out a couple of crafting orders to do here? Oh yeah, some knowledge orders for sure. Plus some catch up because I've been a bit behind. So let's just start here. Michael Bloom.
Have anything ancient to trade? Needs to be at least 2 centuries old.
I'm just gonna buy like 100 of these. I might need them for something.
If you find anything exotic,
Taylor Blacksmith, barely 50. Zekfir doesn't 100% drop a map anymore. Rude! Oh, how dare he? Okay. One. I do have a quest already for doing alchemy services, so that's... We already picked that up. That's good. We're happy about that. 2. I'm not using my concentration for anything important anyway. I may as well just do this. And this one is for knowledge. How do you feel about 1107? It looks fine. That's basically where I'm at. Were you farming for the enchanting recipes? Not explicitly, no. If they drop for me, then that's good. If they... I know there's one that I need at a priory. But if I don't have it, then I don't have it. That's alright. Here's an alchemist notebook. I just wanted to get my knowledge up a bit before I did any more work orders so I can benefit from it. Because we're going to keep sinking points into just the general herb lores here. I'm getting them all to 35. And then I'll probably go back in and fill out the last 5 points on each of them. I have Flask Tree fully filled out. Nothing for potions. I don't make those. And then I just pretend that I can't transmute because I still don't have an alchemy stone. And I don't want to go get one. I don't want to hear a word about going to get the Pandaria one or the classic one. It's a great idea. It's a good tip. I'm glad that we all know about it. I'm not doing it. I don't want to. For no good reason. I'm just being very ornery. I want to get things for this one here. Rufus just dropped. Nice!
Have anything ancient to trade?
It's Turbulent Time Waste by just one last time. It was here in Dragonflight. How long is the Scarab drop up for? Is that almost over? November 5th. Okay, I've got a little bit of time. I need to get that today or soon. I haven't done one for me. And, you know, Twitch drop pets are a silly thing to miss out on if you knew about them because they don't cost you anything to do.
If you find anything exotic, bring it to me.
First time Zekfir popped in, butcher style. Defeated him in Loot of the Claw, no map. Got a Radiant Spark. Too bad you don't get credit for streaming. I think I could if I had my own stream open. I think I just don't have my windows set up correctly for it. And then I don't think I'm going to worry about the acuity. Can't be bothered. I just wanted the knowledge points. And then for enchanting, this was the concentration I really wanted to spend, and I bet you I have patron orders that need doing as well. Just for acuity, but these ones are actually more affordable. And I have Storm Dust on me, so I can just crank these out. But before I do that, I'm going to Shatter an Essence to get me some, like, resourcefulness and stuff. There we go, 15-minute buff. Make that one. Do I have any cheaper Storm Dust? No, I don't. Okay. Won't worry about it. This one. I don't like Mountain Dew, but I really want to try the WoW-themed one. I am not immune to advertising. It's a very self-aware thing to realize. It's extremely funny to me when people think they are immune to advertising. Just because, I guess I don't know, maybe you are. Congratulations. Almost cut soda out of my diet, but now I have to buy Mountain Dew products. That's the worst. Yeah, I think, I mean, I'm in Canada, so I don't even think I could do it if I wanted to, but I think I'm sitting that one out. Oh, I didn't realize I hadn't finished that quest yet. How many points are even needed for the mount? What mount? Oh, the Mountain Dew thing. No idea. Alright, well, that was some good... Oh no, hang on. Need to concentrate on something. My concentration's full and that's just a waste of gold. Let's do a little scanner-oony. This one always says super profitable, and I don't know if I believe it. Burrowing Rapidity and Leeching Fangs. I'm just gonna take a quick look at it. Do people buy that?
Have anything ancient to trade? Needs to be at least
I'll make one. I don't see why not. It's not something I'm like giga spec'd into or anything, but we'll make one. This is why I need to get the Nerubian enchants. What about Leeching Fangs? So if I had better stuff. It would be quite a lot of concentration to actually get a gold Leeching Fangs. Yeah, 418. If we go down to like the Radiant Haste. The chest enchants have really fallen off. I think people are kind of onto them. I guess we'll try this. Make a Leeching Fangs. If it uses a bunch of concentration, then that's just concentration that takes some time to get back.
Have anything ancient to trade? Needs to be at least
But the low stock makes me think that maybe these aren't super popular enchants. Hard to say. Just 5 of those. And then maybe some of the better shards. So frustrated. It was a great detective quest. Lost on that one, but got it done as luck would have it. Oh, nice. Any luck? Oh, Regent save. That's nice. 22 storm dust is nothing to sniff your nose at.
Have anything ancient to trade? Needs to be at least 2 centuries old. I've seen things that would scare you shelless.
Alright. Good. Good. I need to do the world boss for reasons. I also need to do Awakening the Machine. These things are for rep and also for, whatchamacallit, Bronze Celebration tokens. But before that, I need to take a break. I'll be right back. Okie dokie. Thank you for your patience. I am back. Let's go do the world boss, actually, because it's in Dornigal. Had to take a socket item from Vault this week. Not so bad, but 3k for a gem is ouch. Yeah, I took a socket too. I spent a lot of gold, actually, a couple weeks ago getting gems and then sockets for my gear, because you can buy like settings from Jewel Crafters to put 2 sockets into... Oops. To put 2 sockets into your neck, and then also your rings. Also, where have my pants gone? Hello? I am wearing them. They're right there. I don't... Let's just close that. Yeah, it was expensive. It was spendy. I did put some sockets into some other rings. I think I neglected to do these ones because they're champion track rings, but I'm wearing them because they're my best haste rings that I have. Game is having a time. I ask myself where my pants have gone all the time. Which earbud? These are my old ones because I lost my new ones, or I lost one of them. These are ones that I have... Anyway, they're Anker Sound Core. They're fine. The battery barely makes it 3 hours. They don't sound incredible. It's just for alerts, really. I would wear headphones, and I do wear headphones if I'm not streaming. For streaming specifically, I like to have just like a cheap little earbud and just one of them in so I can hear myself with my other ear so I don't end up shouting at you guys. Kordak. Is he, like, underground? Or is he just not spawned right now? Oh, there he is. He's right there. He's not underground. Alright. Moot question.
These constructs once protected the Isle,
But yeah, these are Anker Sound Core. My other ones are Bose something or another's, but they're currently out of commission until I find the other one. I lost the master earbuds, so it'll turn up eventually. Yeah, I get in-game sound through these. Tangentially. A little bit. It's nothing crazy.
Shockwave.
The toughest part of them is that I haven't found, or I haven't used any pair of
Shockwave.
Bluetooth earbuds that last longer than 3 hours, because usually they're just designed for people to wear while they're like working out or whatever. They have tiny little batteries in them because they're tiny little things.
Watch your step.
And even if it gets more than that when they're new, they usually tend to degrade kind of right to around the 3 hour point, which is fine for me because my stream is 3 hours. But if I was streaming, if I wanted to use them streaming for longer, it wouldn't work. I usually switch to headphones if I'm going to do a long stream. Muffled music coming from Moose's tummy. Oh man. We are in the same group. Oh yeah.
Shockwave.
Gave you a priest buff as though you need it. Here. You definitely don't have this at home.
gracefully executed as
Got my phone
always.
a couple years ago, but miffed I had to get Bluetooth earbuds for it. Yeah, it's definitely a transition. I quite like wireless earbuds, especially with my phone, because I used to forget that I had a corded earbuds. I would always get careless of the cord, and I would end up yanking it on things and like out of my ears and whatnot. Or in the past when I had them with like a volume slider on them, sometimes I would brush the volume slider and I would blast music into my ears without meaning to, which is scary and painful. And I don't have either of those problems with wireless ones, but I don't use those for as long, just if I'm like walking somewhere, taking a big bus trip, that kind of thing. Awakening the deeps, shall we? Jet lag means I get to watch you. AirPods fall out during workouts. Yeah, not everybody's ears suit them. I'm pretty sure that I look like a tool when I'm wearing them, but it doesn't really matter. I'm lucky that they stay in my ears. Would sometimes fall asleep with music on. Can't do that with itty bitty earbuds. I am lucky I have ears, you're right. What would you say your favorite Kazalgar weekly event is? Like between like Theater Troop and Machine and Keyflames and stuff? Probably Theater Troop. Theater Troop's kind of cute and it doesn't take super long. I just have to remember to do it whenever it's the top of an hour once a week. Yeah, probably that one. They're all fine though. Keyflames is kind of fun if you're in the mood for it. I need to get my wax digging thing too. So far, the new Google Pixel Buds Pro 2 have been amazing for me. That's so many words. Oh, I didn't do the wax last week. Oh well, what are you gonna do? Neckband style Bluetooth. Set this slightly over the ears instead of in them. Nice.
Stay safe out there.
Alright, let's do some maintenance, shall we? Yeah. A start all waves button. That would be so funny. It actually might be quite dangerous for me to try it that way. I need toolboxes. I think I deleted my toolboxes. I've been carrying around Anima because I haven't made it back to Oribos or wherever to dump it in.
Time to fix things. Watch my back while I commune with the machine.
Oh man, I got all stretched out and loose and then I sat still and now I have congealed. My legs feel like they have congealed into place like old cheese that was once melted and is no more. The prismatic bauble is the tool that gives me my rainbow trail. Rainbow. Can I spell? I can spell. There we go. When do you plan to collect 2 million more anima? I don't have any plans for that. However, sometimes I get some when I do Shadowlands raid runs, and I like doing those for transmog, so maybe that'll work. I don't even... Darn it, Doug. I took a build. I'm gonna have to just kill some of these things. I took a build from my priest friend, and it does not include silence. And I just kind of left it as is and didn't change it, so I don't have silence right now. So some of these we're just gonna have to kill. I have a Void Weaver, that's something. Yeah, I did all of Protoform. It wasn't a big deal at the time. Twitch is having a meltdown for me today. Must also be jet lagged. Feeling in your legs is how my eyes feel. I'm so tired. Oh, I hope you can catch up on sleep soon. Running on empty sucks. I am useless to the world when I'm really tired like that. Ready for falling back Saturday night? It's better than jumping forward, right? Like I get to sleep. Yeah. Yeah, I was just explaining that I don't have an interrupt right now. I have fear, so I'm using that on cooldown, but it's 45 seconds. This build just doesn't happen to be spec'd into silence, and I forgot to change it before I zoned in. I don't have a stun. I'm a Shadow Priest. We don't have those anymore. Rip Mind Bomb.
Let's get this done. Watch my back while I commune with the machine.
Water gun. Haven't played Shadow in so long. It's cool right now. It's fun. I was enjoying doing a little bit of Void Weaver for some keys. I'm not like super awesome at it, but it's fine. It does about as much damage as I was doing in Archon, and I like that the burst windows are more often. I find it a bit more forgiving if I like wing all my cooldowns and then the trash pack dies faster than I thought it was going to because Flabby also sent all his cooldowns. I get another chance in another like 30 seconds. I don't have to wait 2 minutes or 1 minute for like my next huge burst window. Or 3 minutes or whatever it is. I don't know. Because I'm just playing in Dark Ascension, Void Torrent, pardon me, etc. Yeah, we watched that video at the beginning of the stream today. It looks nice enough. Can I like to get right in between him and Psychic Scream, and that does take out the pair of those. Unlocking world quests. I don't remember. Somebody in chat might know. It's a good question. You might need to do the main story. Certainly not all the side quests.
Measure twice. Watch my back while I commune with the machine.
I started this at 10:55. I'm kind of trying to activate the waves as quick as I can. I keep an eye on the clock. Killing the waves faster will also make this faster. I'm just trying to see how long it takes me. went to my mom's yesterday to visit, and that was really nice. I'm glad I'm not deciding yet where I'm gonna live, because it's really hard for me to... I mean, I've been thinking about it and trying to figure it out for like years, and I still don't know what I want. In terms of like whether I'd like to live like in the city, near the city, adjacent city, in the woods. You know, there's a spectrum. And generally the farther out you get, the more affordable things are. And there are lots of lovely smaller places to live that have everything that I need except for my mom and my sister and my nephew and other family members that live here in the city. But it's so expensive to buy a place here. So I don't know. I gotta figure out like how far is too far for me to drive to visit. But right now I can just like walk to any of them. I could take a bus to any of them and be there in like 10, 15, 20 minutes. And it's really hard to think about not having that. But also, if I do get a place in the city, it's gonna be a place. It will exist. I will fit into it. It might be like really old. It may or may not be in a very nice part of town, and that's something that I'm a bit that I don't really want to do. Is I want to live somewhere where I am comfy and happy to just go walking in my dog at any time really of the day or night, and not have it be like super loud, super busy, super sketchy. Would be great. But in the city, that limits things substantially, especially when you're trying to find like a building to live in that will allow you to have a 75-pound dog. So I don't know, and I don't have to figure it out right now, which is fine. It's good. It's just something that I've been mulling over because I don't know. I look at a lot of listings.
Watch my back while I commune with the machine.
Every now and then I find a cute little place and I'm like, oh, that would work. I could see it. It's not ready yet. I've always lived in the city or the suburbs. Love when I hear about families loving and supporting each other. My family, like I don't have a big family here, but they're the best. They're really, really wonderful. Everybody's very sweet. Everybody lives pretty close by, so we can kind of help each other out with things. But everybody's like too polite to ask most of the time, so it's not like a all the time thing. But like, you know, if my mom or my sister like go out of town and they want somebody to come water their plants or, you know, pet sit when they have pets, it is something I can absolutely do, and sort of vice versa. Plus you're close by for dinners and lunches and whatnot. I get to watch my nephew grow up. What are we on? Wave 17. But what I really need to do is bully them all into moving out to the woods with me. Or like I mean, it's not fair. They have jobs here. I'm the only one that has like a truly mobile job that I could move anywhere with. Because the only thing that's really holding me to the city is my family. It's not really my speed otherwise. I don't need like a ton of restaurants or nightlife or shopping or amenities. I don't really like noise and bustle and crowds. I like boring. I like quiet. I want trails. I want birds. There are birds here, and there are trails. But they're smaller, and they're busier, and they're a little fewer and farther between until you get to driving out to them. Just need the internet. But one of the most important things in life is to spend it with the people that are important to you, because you don't get forever with people. And the last thing I want to do is move away super far and get like kind of a nicer place that I like, and then, you know, spend 20, 30 years just like treading water and playing WoW and watching YouTube, and then realize all of a sudden that everybody's much older and I've seen people like twice a year, and that life's passing by and I'm not using it for the things that are meaningful to me. Not one to frequent that downtown nightlife? Not so much. Sometimes once in a while I like to go see a movie, and late showings are good for that because they're usually pretty empty. It's like life at night. It's not really a party though. Towns hold a city status, even small places technically cities. Yeah, I think there are some places that are small that are cities. I don't really know what the rules are. I don't think it matters. I don't think it's really relevant. Alright, we got our lots of reputation. We got some bronze celebration tokens. I am now up to 62 of 100 for those. And if I double check my celebration token sources, let's go do the, unless I've done it already, let's go to Ajkahet and grab the, oh, that's right, I have it from last week still. It's kind of a bummer. We'll go to Ajkahet and we'll get the general sorted out, and then we'll also work on dirt piles while we're doing that. Late movie, how wild. I know, right? I mean, sometimes it involves me, like, driving my car when I don't have to at night. It's craziness.
Earthen resources. We need you to mount a defense.
We were joking, though, that if we move out of town, I'm gonna have to cope with the loss of my recently acquired Chipotle. I'm gonna have to lose my tacos. Not my tacos. There are other places you can get tacos, but not all of them are good. Not saying that Chipotle is the end-all be-all for taco culture, but they're tasty. They do good vegetarian ones. Night now starts before 6, right? This is a checklist for my Hallow Fall weeklies in the Keyflame area. Something that I want to do this week, but not right at this moment. But those red points will turn green when I pick up the quest, and they'll disappear when I complete the quest. Kind of nice to get a little progress indicator on how you're doing on them. Trying to keep my eyes open for dirt, but I'm flying kind of fast. Bit of a speed racer. Oh, dirt. Had Chipotle last night. I feel like discovering tacos is unlocking new tech for me, because I used to always get burritos there, and their burritos are delicious. But they're a high amount of food, and unless I'm willing to cut it in half and save half of it for later, and eat it cold, basically, because I usually get them with things that you don't really want to reheat. Unless I'm willing to do that, it's just, I always end up eating more than I should, and then feeling awful for it, and I've discovered that an order of tacos is less food. It's the right amount of food for me, which is nice. I can have the whole thing and not feel like I have been invaded by a parasitic alien. Any dirt? A delicious parasitic alien, to be fair. Cute kitty. Comfy girl. Small non-chain family Mexican restaurant. There are a few places that are kind of like that. I guess I don't know who runs them. Now that I'm back in Canada, we're a little far from the Mexico border. But I think I'm awful, and I think I have no taste, because in the past I have kind of preferred the more westernized chain tacos to the really authentic stuff. Just for me. Especially because I am pescatarian, so unless I'm doing fish tacos, usually I'm just getting like rice and beans. I'm not doing like meat of any kind. And there's definitely good authentic places that do that, but my uncultured palate doesn't appreciate it as much. I don't know what a street taco is. Is it when you take your taco outside? There's not really a big food truck culture here, like there was in Portland. I posted a picture of a steak dinner. People were laughing at the size of my steak. McD's Happy Meal is my ideal meal size. I don't know how big that is. I'm guessing it's a small steak. Meat, onion, cilantro. I guess it would just be onion and cilantro for me. I don't do chicken, beef, or pork myself. Just for me in my life. It's a type of taco. Gotcha. What am I doing? I'm filling up a bar, which means rumors, although I'm kind of allergic to those because I'm stupid. So I think I'm just going to do World Quest if I can get away with it. We've got a pet battle down here. Fish street tacos. I do eat fish tacos, but I don't really seek them out that much. It's not really my favorite thing to have. Tried a plant-based Whopper from Burger King, surprisingly good. I get those every once in a really blue moon. I find that they're very satisfying if you're starving and you are craving like a fast food burger and you want it to be vegetarian. But they are so salty that I gotta be careful of when I do it because like my throat will seize up because of how salty they are. Love the salt, yeah. Extra pickles, of course. I do Mythic Plus sometimes. Not on stream very often. I mostly do it on my own time, in my personal gaming hours. I sometimes stream keys. I don't do super high keys. I cap out at 10s. And even then, we don't time those sometimes. Hi, Scarlett. How are you doing today? Happy to have you here. I'm doing rep weeklies with my rep buffs and also looking for anniversary tokens from my weeklies and stuff. Broke out in hives. Oh, I'm so sorry. That sucks. That's no fun.
The Ascended haunt our upper echelons of power. Perhaps someone unaffiliated with the royal court.
Got the Keystone Hero achievement. Such an anticlimactic way to get it. You just log on and get it. It's funny. I am 4 rating off, I'm pretty sure. I've been at 2496 for a while. We just haven't run a key that's given me any rating. It'll happen, or it won't. One of those two things will happen. I have good news. Good news, everyone. What is it? Mouse and keyboard finally came after 3 weeks. It's a long time. It's a lot of patience. Oh, they added those extra 90 seconds to the timers, so keys I barely timed got timed. Oh, that makes more sense. Before I didn't understand why that had happened. That's kind of cool. Easier to time 10s now. That's good. Maybe we'll get to it at some point. One of the 60% ones too. Oh, cute. Excited to get Keystone Hero. Yeah, it's like a cosmetic thing you get, like the mythic tint or effects or something for your transmog. Your tier set.
Information has always been an exquisite currency in Ashkahet.
Do the unseeming shift thing.
The danger is rising in the maddening deep. We must clear out what monstrosities we can before they spread further into the city.
No. I'm gonna find a pool and I'm gonna stand in it. Never bother trying to get it from the jars. You can just stand here and get your 50 stacks. What is your favorite Mythic Plus dungeon this season? Not Siege of Borealis. Might be Stone Vault, actually. Like, I know I haven't timed a 10 yet. It's a pretty punishing key. We've had some trouble with it for sure, but it's a fun dungeon. And I find the boss fights all to be very like unique and individual and memorable. Plus it's good for DPS. Lots of cool trash pulls to kind of unload on. Stonewall's really fun. Got my token achievement, which means leveling alts gives me tokens. Oh, nice. I didn't know that worked that way. That's cool. Hard week to Stonewall. Tyrannica makes Edna take forever. Yeah, the bosses are horrible on Tyrannical. Although if you're gonna do it on a 10, it's always gonna be Tyrannical. You get both. What's the thing this week? It's the Zalateth bargain rifts. I don't remember. Is it the healing one? I think it's the healing one. That you can like dispel or heal off of people. Oh, I didn't kill it in time. Maybe I can find the other one. Maybe not. They've completely reworked this world quest. Which is good, because it didn't used to be super obvious how you were meant to be doing it. This guy should be up again soon. I've been having kind of like a bad couple of days for like little injuries. Or just like little ouchies that make me like feel extra sorry for myself, because I'm like, why now? And it's probably because I'm not paying enough attention to my surroundings because I'm distracted. But like I was putting my phone, I have my phone charger in this closet behind me, and I was putting it away last night to charge. And I went to go close the closet door to put it to bed or whatever, I don't know. And it was dark, and I didn't really know how far the door was from my face, and I pulled the door into my face. It hit my glasses. It didn't break them, which we appreciate. Lots of things have hit my glasses and not break them. But it puts all of that force right through the nose pads, and just kind of smacks you in the face. It's not very fun. I felt very silly. Hey, Flake, thank you very much for the gift, son. Appreciate it. And then in gross TMA, one of my toenails is misbehaving again. I've been trying to like, I have a little like very narrow file that you can use to try to file the sides of it down like under your skin basically to help with the pressure when it's ingrowing on the side, but it's just really upset with me, which is hard because it's hard not to put pressure on it when I'm doing vinyasas in yoga. Whenever I'm transitioning into, what is it, Urdhva Mukha Savasana, upward dog basically, I'm rolling over the top of it, and even if I pick up my foot and lay it down, there's still pressure on the top of the foot, and it's I was kind of limping my way through those today, and I will be doing that again tomorrow. The rest of it's all totally fine, with the exception of maybe some of the actually some of the seated stuff, Tiriyang something, and then some of the Janu Shirshasanas, or my Sanskrit's horrible, but some of those kind of were putting some pressure on your foot. But anything I'm standing on, it's fine. What am I doing? I was looking for the warped sapling. I think I found it. It was just dead. And I still have my 55 stacks, so that's not a problem. Favorite pet or mount or something else they've added this expansion? Ooh, I like Sheepy. I like the moss sheep models. I like them very much. I find them very cute. There's a couple of different pets of them. And I have this shale mossfoal, which is just one of the wild caught battle pets, but it was one of the first ones that I got. And I named it Sheepy, and I've kept it on my bar because I love it very much. I pull Sheepy out all the time. Talent is thought. Yeah. Maybe at some point I'll talk to a doctor and see if they can just get rid of my big toenails, because they always recur with this ingrowing, and it just sucks. It would make my feet very ugly, but if people are judging them, then they should look at their own feet. If you don't like them, just don't look at them, you know. Had that done. I've had surgery on each of my big toes twice. Each toe has been done twice. I've had a total of 4 big toe surgeries for ingrowns. Twice each. It's horrible every time. Each time I had the hardcore version of it done where they blast out your nail matrix with acid so the nail doesn't grow back in that spot. And each time it's just the nature of my toenail that it wants to curve, and it just wants to grow into my foot. That's why I want it removed. Because I mean, I don't want it removed. I don't want ugly feet forever, but like, I guess ugly is subjective. They won't look pretty. But it just sucks. And they always crop up during the worst times of my life. I had it really bad when I was moving into my last place, when I first got like separated from my husband at the time. I was trying to move and carry boxes and wear shoes and drive and keep it together, and my foot was just stabbing itself into bits the whole time. It was awful. It has no sense of timing. I finished my weekly. Let's talk about nice things. I'm gonna stop complaining. This is not a very feel-good stream. What's going on that's nice? My dog's really cute. He got to play with his friends this morning. He has a lot of puppy friends because he's very social and friendly and happy, and he got to play with 2 of them this morning on his walk. He had a great time, and now he is so tired he can't even yawn. It's quite funny. He'll open his mouth to yawn, and then he'll lose stamina halfway through, and his tongue will just fall out of his mouth, and then he'll give up and just pull it back in. My mom mailed me a goodie box for Halloween. Aww. That's really sweet. Uh-oh. I think I pressed too many dragon buttons. Disconnected myself. I got a new orange kitten. Congratulations. His name is Bruce, and he's adorable. Aww. Sheepy is a shale mosswool. I named it Sheepy. It's my own nickname. Yeah, same model though, for sure. Oh, I'm still flying. That's funny. I hadn't fully fallen yet. Yeah, I'll show you Sheepy. There's Sheepy. Shale mosswool. Just that one. It's a nice Sheepy. Have you watered Sheepy today? No. Really wish they were tameable. You can do the rams, right? The ramelets? Or am I mistaken? There we go. Some general rep. Rep with the general.
State your purpose.
What is all of this stuff? I don't know, stuff I haven't done. He has an important task for you. Seek him out. Oops. Saw a dog looking so much like your moose today. Aww. I find that almost no dogs look like him, but when they do, they look exactly like him. It's either he's the only one, or like, whoa, where did the clone come from?
Memory spans 13 generations until we tangle again.
I think he's like 7 of 9. Can I do it again? I can do it again. That's nice. I thought I was going to be locked out because that quest that I was on was from last week. And I thought they were going to lock me out of doing it because I didn't turn it in, but they've let me pick it up again, which is nice. So I'm going to do this pet battle and then that flight quest and then maybe the labor works thing. Oh, also candy buckets. Candy buckets. Do I have a team for this one? I do. She's really sleepy. She's cute. One thing about Kira is that she's very soft. She is very, very soft. She's extra soft in her belly, but even her fur on her back is really soft. And she loves pets. Even if she's like just met somebody, once she's kind of established that they're cool, she will accept pets and scritches from pretty much anyone that comes over. Is it worth farming Arthas 5 million times? If I was farming Arthas, I would just do once a day. I would do once a day, and if I didn't get it, I would be like, maybe next year. I wouldn't do it like 100 times a day. I think at this point I've seen Kira on the Moose cam as much, or yeah, more than I've seen Moose on it. Yeah, she's pretty much laid claim to that bed. I think Moose knows that she wants it, and he's just kind of leaving it for her. He has other beds. But I think it is pretty funny because she's so small and it's so big. More trouble with the Legion pet battles than any of these ones. Yeah, these ones are pretty forgiving. Pretty nice and easy. I'm gonna have to remember to come back and finish this later in the week. Just for my rep and cash and stuff. So I have like 500,000 gold, approximately. So if I make like 1 million gold before, what is it, January? Then I can just buy the darn buy the blasted thing with gold.
It is a bright day with exceptionally favorable winds. A perfect day for a race.
That might work. At least it would give me something to do. Maybe there will be some crafting streams in our future. Gathering's not worth as much as it used to be, but it is still good. I have been slacking. I haven't been keeping up with my gathering weeklies. Maybe I'll do it sometime for a comfy stream. That's always a good one to have in the back pocket for a day that you just want to gather stuff. Gathering still works fine if you have low standards like me. Yeah, I don't have a very high... I'm not very picky about how much gold per hour I'm making as long as I'm doing something I enjoy and getting some gold out of it. People that are better than me like to optimize which nodes they gather. They'll deem certain nodes as being not worth it, the time it takes to gather them. And that is a more efficient way to do it, but it just doesn't really appeal to me, so I just pick up everything. It has the nice benefit of taking the cooldown off of your overload, at least, even if the actual node wasn't worth very much. Of course, I'm also awful at overloading, but we're just not going to worry about that. This quest sucks, the Dye Works one. I don't think we're going to worry about that. It is about 11:30. What other token sources? So we did the World Boss, we did Theater Troupe, I did Awakening the Machine. I Wax Collection. I need Wax Collection. Let's work our way up. If I start doing Hallowfall Keyflames, that would be a good place to work on Wax. There's usually stuff over there. I'm gonna fly there, actually, like flight path there. I hate flying from Ashgahet up into Hallowfall. There's 2 different ways to get there, and I don't like either of them. Gherkin Slice, thank you for the 47-month resub. That's a long time. The only one I refuse to do is Easy Mine. I'm putting all of my points now into Easy Mine to see if I like him any better when I get it spec'd out to such an extent that I earn, like, mine them really fast. I'm hoping that helps, and if it doesn't, then whatever. I wasn't really using my mining points for anything anyways. Transmog's been slow selling, some rare stuff, but nobody seems to be looking. I do take the Slipstream Current up to Hellfall. I'm just really lazy. I'd rather sit here and read chat and not have to worry about it. I'm at 298 of 1500 Nerubian chitin. I get most of it from, this is for my Searsbarg mount, I get most of it from raid. From doing trash clear in raid. I hope the Flight Masters decide to unionize soon. Wonder how they're doing financially. I think it's kind of cool that once you have all the Flight Masters learned in Kazlagar, they actually go faster. The achievement for finding all the Flight Masters gives you a speed buff to flight paths. I like flight paths, so I'm good. Chitin is the first of the quests. I wouldn't know, I'm on it. I have no idea what's after that because I haven't finished this one yet. Couldn't tell ya. Wouldn't dare to guess. I'm sure it's a look-upable thing, but I'm just gonna cross that bridge when I get there.
Continue to gather where we least expect them.
The achievement worked for me. I can't speak to whether it's how well it's working in general. Speaking of general, let's hide this, hide that. And let's go pick up all of the Keyflame quests. And also, we're looking for dirt, because that's going to give us actual. The Keyflame stuff doesn't seem to give you tokens, but my Wax Weekly will. And, you know, I could use it for profession knowledge, too. I think it becomes Nerubian blood or something. Yeah, I'm sure we'll get it done eventually. How am I doing on resonance crystals? $9,000. It's not going to be enough.
For the Arathi to survive,
dirt.
We must settle in lands shadowed from Beladar's light. The darkness strikes out with threats not even our key flames can dispel. Aid us, outsider. Be our beacon in the darkness.
Knowledge point. Alrighty. The good news is that they don't really make you fight for Radiant Remnants too much. I have them. And maybe, if I'm lucky, I'll get the Dauntless Imperial Lynx mount this week. That would be kind of nice.
What are you?
So, I'm going to focus more on picking them up and less on finishing them for the moment. Get the Elites one.
The harvesters work the land with the strength of 10 Arathi, yet the shadow corrupts even our machines. Search the surrounding area for salvageable parts. With them, we will make a garden deep under Azeroth.
See you later, Saga. Have a wonderful raid.
The shadows contain many terrors.
Yeah, there's 4.
To maintain the key flame requires
I haven't really learned where they all are. I'm just kind of guessing, and then I'll use the weak ore to help me find the last couple.
Gather the remnants from the land, or take them from monstrous clutches. You may not share our faith, but your valor is a beacon that rivals the key flame. You have our gratitude.
Was it over here? That's where a gear is. That I think someone told me I could fly with it. Just get that done. That's nice and fast.
Waterways have always been dangerous in Hallowfall. Fierce predators of the undersea slither up and prey upon the fisher folk. Keep them clear.
Keyflames? What do you want?
Grown-ups say, be careful in the dark.
Couldn't tell you.
Aj-Kahet is at war with us on both battlefield and farm. Their saboteurs taint and corrupt our fields.
Definitely missed one over here. Meh. Do you think the Arathi that come to the surface are going to be extra susceptible to sunburns? Might need to invest in some good skincare products. Yeah. I mean, how long have they been down here? What if Beladar gives off UV? Do you think you can tan on it? That's a harvest bot, not a light. That's a light. Hi, Hazel. Hello, Alistair. How are you doing today? Haven't got the map for the satchel, but I have reached Renown 25 and grinding those quests for the satchel for the chance. Yeah, that does sound rough. I don't know. If you're in the mood for it. How much of a map completionist are you, I guess, is your question. I still haven't got that yet. What if Shadow Beladar works as a blacklight? Oh dear. Oh, I think it was one just down the hill from here, actually. No, I lit that one. Over here. About the lore answer, they've been down here since TBC. That's how the math worked out in the timeline. That's probably not long enough for them to have, like, evolved.
There is always hope if we choose to look for it. We're all down here together.
Probably. Listen, we don't come here for science. 6418. Cute links for sure, but the darkness every 3 hours is just Beladar watching out for people. Yeah, pacing out your UV exposure. Looking for a lamp. Looking for a light. There it is. Just trying to get all these red names into yellow by picking up their quests. And then I can start doing some of them. But I like to get them all first. Not most of them are kind of in their areas, but some of them you can do in sort of overlapping areas. Crab grab, 6117. You can do some anniversary stuff if your highest level character is 40. You may find yourself leveling fairly quickly, and you'll certainly get more tokens if you're fully leveled. But yeah, you can do most of the content. The tokens are just like currency for cosmetics and stuff. These are painful elites. When you explain science or ask questions about the universe. Listen, I'm out here validating anybody else who is in their 30s and still has kindergarten questions. Okay. Try 40s. Okie dokie, we have all of our quests. And drowned Arathi nearby. Crabs. This might be easier done with a little mind soothing. How did I not get that one? It's always good to have questions. Want to know how they said, yep, put in the XP buff that you lose on death. In an instant kill zone. For a horde, with no obvious way to get it. Lions can just go get it though. Yeah, that is the real secret trick of Hallow's End, is be Alliance. Don't be Horde. I mean, you can, it's fixable, but it's a pain in the butt. I had to do all kinds of stuff on my Horde alt to be able to get it safely that I didn't have to bother with on my gnome. The amount of corpses at that portal. You know, it's seasonal. What better way to decorate the Undercity than with just a bunch of mangled bodies? Well, not mangled, just plague ridden, you know. Slightly stinky. Mount off in 5 minutes. Good looking out. Maybe we'll have more than this time. If I do it on, actually I don't know if he's out of his buff yet. I was gonna say if I do it on, whatchamacallem, my warrior, he can get his buff back, but his buff probably hasn't fallen off from last time because he hasn't been logged on enough. Rares. There is a rare there. I don't think I can solo it though. And there's not anybody else really around. And I want to go do the thing in 5 minutes. I just wanted 2 more crabs. I think you might be looking for dissolved. Dissolved. Crabs. I see crabs. I'm just like not wanting to pick up the ones that are near a bunch of elites if I can avoid it. But I kind of got the rest of them. See if we can sneak out. Lurking Darkness. One problem with the Play Alliance idea is that Tauren aren't on the Alliance. That is an issue. Mindsoothe only goes so far, I guess. Perhaps. Mount off in 3 minutes. We can still make it. I'm just gonna Stormwind port. Thank you, Katra. It's nice and easy to manage, which I like. Doesn't the Undercity port in Org send you to the Bronze Dragon to phase change? Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that make a lovely amount of sense? I don't know, it sent me to my death. And it was annoying too. I had to, it was a bit fiddly for me to even get to the NPC to change the thing because it wasn't actually up at first. Anyway, it's fixable. It's just kind of annoying. We're going to the Caverns of Time. Also, I'm just going to open my 1 box. No good. There's always more. Always next time. Also, I ran out of my buff for the fire, so I'll have to get one of those back again. Do you think it's ironic that you get on a mount for the mount off? A little bit, although I will say that Mount Off is our community name. Mount Mania is what they've chosen to dub it as. Alright. Let's go mount people. GLHF, etc.
Settle up and put your menagerie to the test in Mount Mania!
Get ready for a Mount Mania! Quickly summon the same mount as me to earn points. Up next,
What we've got? Vein Seeker! Somebody waved at me and I wanted to emote at them, but we've got important Important mount syncing to do. Tracy, thank you very much for the 25-month resub. Holy moly, it's a long time. We're past 2 years. The final mount in this is always super rare. It's been random for me. I've had like rare ones in the middle. At the end, I've had like pretty common ones in the middle at the end. I won Mount Mania last night. There's only 2 of us, not as impressive as it sounds. It's impressive to me. I just like watching a whole bunch of people pull out the same mount, especially when they're ones that you don't normally see summoned in groups like this. I think it just looks nice.
Get ready for the next mount.
Savage Green Battle Turtle. See some familiar names.
Up next,
Yeah, she can summon basically any mounts that were in the mount pool when the event was added to the game, including all kinds of mounts that you can't get anymore. Look at that forest. We're 4 for 4 so far. We're off to a good start. Oh, you. That's the one that I was attempting to grind out in Hellafall, but I don't have it. And people do, just not me. Hasn't dropped for me yet.
Up next, we have
Hearthstone Anniversary Mail. Laughed super hard when she got on the Love Rocket one time. Nobody had it. Oh man.
Get ready for the next mount.
I need her to pull a deep cut that only I have so that I can win this one. This might be my first loss. Sasha, thank you very much for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. Thanks for picking me for your prime sub. I've seen Talon so many times. I've never seen any of the other like green skin mounts. I know it's just RNG, but she always pulls out this one. And you still win. Usually. But that Dauntless Imperial Lynx is a problem because not only is it a mount that I don't have, but it's a mount that I don't have that a bunch of people did have. That's dangerous.
Get ready for the next mount.
Well, I suppose we can do dirigibles. We can see everybody's different customizations and stuff. Quite a few people in yeah, looking like that. Paints are slipping. Forever missing friendship moose. Oh.
Up next, we have
Argent Hippogriff. Oh yeah, a couple of them. It's a bit old. Still good. Stormwind Portal trying to drown people in the ocean. Yeah, I saw that. It did it to me. I made it to land though. Thank goodness for skywriting.
Get ready for the next mount.
Ooh, somebody else with the I was gonna say the Sark skin, but that's a different skin actually. Oh no, it's the same one. I've never seen her pull out the BlizzCon Hoarder Alliance airships. Emerald Dream Seed Sabers. How do you get the base dirigible? There's a short intro quest line for Delves that you pick up with like Bran and Dornegal, I'm pretty sure, and that gives it to you pretty early on. I would poke around to see if there's any quests that you don't have done. It's an old shop mount. You can do this as many times as you want. It happens every hour. There's no benefit to spamming it. Except for your own ego. It's fun though. Three more mounts left to go. 2 more mounts left to go, actually.
Get ready for the next mount.
Cliffside Wilderdrake, that's not gonna rule anybody out. Mine has the Fire Festival armor on it right now. It's got a little flower necklace. It's cute. Alright, what's the last one?
Get ready for the next
See, it's not a rare one for the last one. It's just an anniversary thing. It's not like a ZG tag or anything. I think it's just random where they are and what they are. I don't think they do like an extra hard one at the end. Get all 15 just once. Got the Quiverback piece and the legendary bow from Mythic Sylvanas. Nice. Oh, I think my streak might be over. Let's see who won. Yeah, I didn't get it. Someone had all 15. Blythe.
another round of Mount Mania.
/ cheer. Alright. There's so many quests in my quest log. 70 out of 100 of these tokens. I did my theater troupe, Awakening the Machine. Oh yeah, I was wax collecting, that's right. I didn't get all 10 wax. I've got 7. So I'll get another 8 tokens for doing wax. And I'll get another 8 tokens for doing Spreading the Light. And then I did Severed Threads already. Special assignment. World boss. There's PvP stuff that I don't think I'm gonna do. Because it's a PvP week this week. And then Onsurek. Can we look up the winner on DFA? I'd rather not, just because I feel a bit bad about poking into random people's profiles on stream. I'm sure they've got a great collection. Kitty looks comfy. You know what I'm gonna do with 10 minutes is I'm gonna give her a nice treat. I'm gonna go get a lucky treat for her. And then I will be looking into wrapping up the stream after that.
Let's go see.
Special delivery.
honored guests and children of any age. A story awaits at the Storyteller's stage. So stop what you're doing and come if you're able to hear Lore Walker Cho spin us a fable.
He is a very good boy. I know, she got almost all of it. It is her treat. You get your own treats, buddy. Thank you very much for joining us today. I will be back, planning to be back tomorrow. If I ever need to take a day off, I'll post it in the stream title and in the Discord. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day.